Okay, y'all, welcome back to the studio. Let's go ahead and make this one short and sweet. Let's go ahead and wrap up the mobile project. So at this point, you should already have all of your paddles already made. Now, each of the paddles should have two sides. Now, obviously, one side should probably just have colors, but you can add patterns, designs, use whatever materials you have available to do on the other side. Now, you could have used any sort of wire or string to be able to hang it up. Now, it should have active drawings. Remember, they need to be dynamic. In this particular case, I have two dinosaurs that are fighting. Now, yours need to be in color, but I needed to go ahead and make these very quickly for this example. Now, let's talk about ways that you can hang them up and what can be used for your structures for your mobile. Now, your mobile can be made out of whatever you want them to be made of and what you have available to you. Now, I went ahead and accumulated a bunch of different examples of things that you can use. So the first of which is going to be, this one is stuck right now. So for example, you have the clothes hanger. The clothes hanger can be cut in different shapes. It's got wire inside. Any sort of wire can be bent and shaped into whatever design that you want to have in order to make the structure. So the structure itself is just something that you can use to hang your pieces from. So you could use a wire hanger or any sort of wire that you can use. This particular stick comes from a floral bouquet, and it's just a piece of plastic with some wire inside. And this can be shaped and bent into different designs for what you need for your mobile and where you want your pieces to hang down. You can use glue or you can tie your pieces on. Let's go ahead and go through different examples. So right here I have a very large feather. The feather could be used very easily. You could attach right here, attach a paddle here, a couple pieces here, hang other paddles from each other, and that would make a great example as well. A couple other options. I have an arrow here. Most of you probably don't have that, but it's just wanting to show you different varieties that can be used. Kitchen utensils. Let's say you wanted to do something for the kitchen. Paper straw or plastic straws. These work just fine because they're light, but they are structurally sound, and you can tie your pieces onto these just fine. Now, an example of this, if you wanted to go ahead and just tie these on, you can just tie it just like so. Whoop. Came loose. There we go. You could tie it just like so, and one on each side, a couple pieces hanging down right here. It works just fine for this project. Another option is things such as paintbrushes, pens, pencils, and other paintbrushes. Or if, for example, you have rings, embroidery hoops, old pieces of jewelry, these all work fantastic for this project. Now, let's say, for example, you finally finish all your paddles and you get everything tied together and you're really actually very happy with it. What else can you use for this project, and can you add other things? Yes, absolutely. You can add jewelry, you can add beads, you can add extra pieces of ribbon and string, decorate them, have fun with them. You'll have time for the rest of the week to work on this project. This will be due at the beginning of the week next week, but you must have this done by the end of the week, as we are going to be moving next week on to the next assignment, which is printmaking. For that assignment, you're going to be needing to have for those of you that are at home, you're going to need some sort of styrofoam or plastic to work with. For those of you that are in person, I highly recommend bringing in something that is white or light colored for you to be able to print onto. Now, this could be a shirt or a face mask or something like that. It can be any sort of object that you want to print onto. Again, if you're at home, you're not going to necessarily be able to print the way that that we're doing in person, but there are going to be alternative options available to you, and I will be teaching you how to do them, and you will get full credit for using the alternatives as well. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.